So just here at dam number 2, what have we got there? 39 buckets. It's just ripped the centre of the wall out where the hole was. So originally there would have been a scour there, and somebody at some stage has just pushed this little wall up, tried to half turn it into a dam. This material down here, so it's either undercut it or they just didn't compact it enough, but it's broken through the same spot as where the original scour was. So right where it's standing here, there was a hole going straight through the wall, and then just on my left, on my right, sorry, there was one dropping straight in from about 3/4 up the bank that came into this same hole. So it's a little bit tricky in a loader to track that. You know, if you're in an excavator, you can track that hole a bit easier. But as you can see, there's lots of sticks and roots and crap in this material. So I'm going to pull the front of the bank off along here. I'll do a square cut along the front when I tidy that edge up, so I can see the natural edge. And then once I'm down to some good clay, I'll fill the front of it in, because I don't have time to remove the whole wall and rebuild the whole thing, so I'll just cut the front off it and then fill it in with some better material. So down on the good hard solid clay here, like this is good material, and it's going to be good material from the dam behind me. I'll just walk through here. So I didn't bother pulling this out all the way to the creek. Well, there's no need to worry about this too much. So this tree had to go. Just pushed it down in there. It's trees and stuff laying all the way along here. So we'll punch a bit of material back in here. I'll just use the second grade material as I start cleaning off the front of that wall to fill this bit of a hole in here. And I'll come back here and I'll knock a couple of these branches off so I've got access to the back of the wall, so I can start squaring it up back here as well. So I've got a couple of pegs here. Just got to double check my heights here before I get too carried away. So double handling that material there, which come out of this hole, which is not my favourite thing to do, but anyway, it wasn't to be helped here until I could see what was going on. So I'll just do a quick clean up behind this wall here now, and then I'll start squaring the front of the wall up and getting a bit of material back into this hole behind me. And then once I've got that done, I'll pull out some good material off the floor and I'll fill this hole in here, and then I'll take a bit more of a cut out of the floor and this material from up above there, and all of that will come over and beef the back of this wall up, extend it across to the boundary fence there, and loop that bi-wash around. So I've got one peg here right in front of me. The second one, that's where the bi-wash is going to be, which it already is at the moment, it's just not working, but I'll loop it back a bit there, make it a bit better. So 500mm over the bi-wash is that line just there on the peg. So it doesn't need to be a massive wall here to actually make the water bi-wash, but this whole area will go underwater when it floods. Now, it wouldn't be too great an issue, because by the time the water's that high, it's not really going to be powering over the top of the wall. So we've got a massive creek there, and all this area floods, but we'll make the wall wide enough, substantial enough, so that that's not going to be an issue to it. So I struggled along with this weather for about, I'll say, an hour and a half. I managed to get most of the hole filled in, so to speak. Yeah, it's quite a ways. Well, I would have been finished this afternoon, but with this weather the way it is, that's not going to happen now. I only just drive along this road here at the moment, fishtailing. So anyway, we'll take her back to the house and park her up. I'll see what the weather does and maybe come back one afternoon this week and finish her off. So this is how it looks now that it's rained. Not exactly how I want to leave it today, but anyway, not much you can do about it with this weather, which is the first rain we've had for about 3 months. And it was about 4 hours before I would have finished this job. So just there in the middle, I went down deep and pulled out some good clay all the way along here, and I used that for the core of that hole. When I put that hole back in, wheel rolled it all back in, got it up to ground height, and then I just started dressing it up with this material here to finish it off. And you can see the shower coming, so I quickly laid the rest of that clay into the floor in preparation to put into the toe of that batter. But the rain caught me, so this is how it's going to have to stay now. Still got this pile of dirt to go over the top. So what I'll do when I come back is I'll just tuck some material into the toe of that batter where I square cut it there. It looks pretty good, that material. I don't think there's any issues there. I think it was just an issue with where that hole had got filled when it was built originally. So I'll just fill that in so that I can run up and over it, and then I'll punch this material over the back wall. I'll go through the hole to do it, and I'll wheel roll the bank as I go. I'll come up right, I might even grab a bit of that material I threw over the back and tuck in the back side there just to finish it off. But anyhow, I'll give it a couple of days. I'll go back to work tomorrow to my actual job, so it might be a couple of days before I get back. If we get some sun on it, I might come out tomorrow, but more likely Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably 2 afternoons after work, and I'll finish it off. Anyhow, I won't complain about the rain. First rain in about 3 months, but it caught me 4 hours before I would have been finished. So this is the finished product. It's about 4 or 5 days later on a Sunday. I'm just coming out, going down the road to look at a couple more dams. Don't know if I'll be involved with them, but just going out there for a look with the fellow who owns the loader. So this job here, I filled in that fair scour that ran down there and cleared that bit of timber. And then where this scour ran down along here to the original hole has all been taken out and squared up, and that line there should be the high water mark. It's the same height as the bywash. So I patched the hole in the middle. That all went pretty well. Real nice clay down deep, good moisture in it, so we threw that in there to patch that hole. The bank's about 3 times wider than it was. Bit of cleared timber there drying up now. So this all slopes to the left here. The high point right along the crest. This section here is the same height as it was originally, but it's way wider than it was. This whole area will go underwater when it floods, but with the amount of water that'll be here, then it shouldn't be an issue going over the top, and it'll go over the sides first. So I just tied it up down the back, so that's where the hole was originally. It's all been wheel rolled in. So as I was bringing it out, throwing it over the back, I was wheel rolling it as I was going. So it's pretty compacted, that stuff. It actually come up real nice. Had to go a little bit wider here, just get rid of the last bit of dirt to finish the hole off. And the bywash just curves around nicely. So followed it all the way around. There's a bit of a gully down there. A little bit narrow there to finish it off properly, but it'll be fine. So the water, when it gets up here, should just trickle around, flow straight out here. Pretty happy with the end result. Landholder seems pretty happy with it. Come up good. 10 and a half hours total, and moved about 1,000 cubes here, so pretty happy with it.